Hey, hey, how are you, Shannon? Emily, sir, how are you? Hope you all had a good weekend. Hey, Mark, how are you doing? Glad you could join us. Hope you had a good weekend, Mark. I know I got my car back together. Oh, yeah? Um, so, what was the problem, Shannon? Gotta wait on Ed. Bill Beckett is in the house. Bill, how are you? Hey, Bill. Hey, Bill. We forgot. Yeah, well, we're here now, so let's ask. Lower control arm and strut. Oh, that wasn't too bad. I am Lisa, Bill B. Hello, Mark. Finally got that flex all done. Biggest part was waiting on parts to show up and whatnot. So, but it's out the door now. The timing chain and transmission on that thing. And then tomorrow I'm gonna start back up on that John Deere. Hello, Mark. So there will be more videos coming up on that. Hey, Shannon. Hey, Doug. How are you? Good to see you. I'm glad you could make it. I didn't have to strut spreader, so. Oh, okay. Got to go into work Monday. This 3 day a week is nice though. Yeah, yeah. You got it made, Mark. You got it made. Hey, Randy, how are you? So getting ready to split that John Deere and pull that block, and then I'm gonna give that guy a call on that other block that I found. So get ready to order the parts. Put the parts list together over the weekend. So the only thing I gotta do now is just make a call and get that stuff rolling and coming in. I got a question. It's a newer Jeep, 2.0 4 cylinder, supposed to have 17 psi of oil pressure at warm idle. Okay, what kind of oil pressure you have now, Randy? Hey, Jude, how are you? Yeah. See if you could borrow something from the parts store. You're right, Mark. Hello, Jude. Yo, Mama, how are you? Glad you could make it. I'm sitting on the porch, Jude. My internet has been great in the shop. It's better than what it was, but it's still not 100%. So I figured I'd just do it here. I done last week. I done it here too. So it seemed to work a lot better. Hey, Jude. What up, Dave? Dave, I did send you a link, so if you're ready and able, more than welcome to. Hey, Dave. It's like 40 or 50 when driving. Yeah. Um, I would check it with a mechanical gauge. Hello, quick range. Sometimes 60. Hey, Bill and Lisa. Hey, Jude. It was last night when I ran into the problem and nothing opened. Ah, yeah. Hey, Doug. Hey, Jude. Yeah, the railroad track is right here, so that thing can be loud sometime. Yeah, I love those black hard handles. So I like them so much. I'm ready to spend extra money on it. So probably on Thursday. There you go, guys. Jude's going to have a live on Thursday. So looking forward to it. There you go. So anyway, so yeah, um, I'm going to be jumping back on that John Deere. So I'm excited about that. Like I said, tomorrow we'll start pulling that engine out, splitting the tractor. So I've been good. There you go. Oh, thank you, Bill. Appreciate that. There's that cordless screwdriver holding up. Well, I guess Snap-on Val is full-on independent now, selling Milwaukee instead of Snap-on tools, huh? I think she'll be successful with that though. Not tied down to a route or anything like that. You can make it bigger if you like. So I appreciate that, Jude. Thank you. But yeah, I still got to see if I can do the internet a little better in the shop. You know, we can do it in the shop again. So I like it a little better than doing it here on the porch. But yeah, well, after spending $1,000 with Roscoe, I'd be pissed if he. Oh, Milwaukee's not that bad. They all have their place, in my opinion. So I do like my snap-on ratchets though. They definitely uh, they definitely beat the Milwaukee's. Hey Walter, how are you? Yeah, that's right, Walter. Good point. Yeah, because she has a pretty big online presence. So if you can ship tools out like that, no different as oh what's those guys called again there in Tennessee? Can't think of their name right now. And then what's his name? JD Tico there in they can send it all over. So I don't like the snap-ons. They die all the time. Yeah, text choice. There you go, Shannon. Thank you. The ratchets, Dave. Yeah, I agree, Jude. I think I think they'll be more successful now than before because now they can really expand on what they're doing. Text choice. Yep. Yep. Mr. Joe All Star Tools. Yeah. Or customer. Hey, her customer base will probably grow. Yeah, I agree, Mark. That's why I said that. She'll probably do better. Yep. He used to be a Cornwall dealer. I've had to send my Snap-on 14.4 out like every 3 to 4 months. Oh wow! So is that just for the CT 861, or is that for your ratchets as well, Dave? Because I had good luck with the ratchets so far, and I had them over a year now, zero problems. So yeah, So you can review a tool, provide a link, right? Yeah, that's right, Mark. Bill, my CT861 and 761. You still use the 761 when you have the 861, Jude? Right. Yes, CT861. I have two, and lucky if I have one, they fail so often. Really? So what's your problem, Dave? The trigger? That ain't cheap, Bill. Probably not. Yeah, those ratchets have been great. Oh, yeah, thank you. But I got the older one, the brushless ones. I mean, absolutely zero issues with those. Uh, the dealer had the new quarter drive brushless ones on the truck. So, man, I do love that ring, that light that goes around the body. That is nice. I tell you what. But 760, 761, I never had issues. Milwaukee is coming out. Yeah, I don't know, Walter. For the price, I've got the uh, what's that? The JNC, the big one. Is that the 14? No, the 1240, I think, or something like that. It's the big one they have that does 12 volt or 1224. Sorry, that does a 12 volt and a 24 volt. I love that jump back, man. That thing is great. Granted, it's heavier, but hell, you can even start something with no battery at all. And and that's, I mean, I've got those other ones, and they're all right. They're nice and handy and light, but man, you always gotta press that button to start the vehicle and stuff like that. And with that one, you just hook up the clamps and it just works like the battery is 100%. It's basically a lighter duty. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so running boards, engine compartment stuff. Gotcha. Bigger one coming in a month. There you go. Yeah, I had that. Actually, I had that with my quarter drive ratchet, but it's the light was flashing, but it still worked. It would still work, but it would have a delay on the trigger. And my Snap-on guy just changed the print board out, and that was it. He grabbed one off the shelf and swapped the parts out, and that was it. That was the only problem I had, and that happened after it took a dive into some coolant. So can't really blame the ratchet for that 100% if you ask me. But I took her to Plymouth, Massachusetts today on a whim, and now she wants to go somewhere new every weekend. Uh-oh. Yeah, so which one do you like better, Jude? I got two smaller ones. The one is an El Cheapo piece of shit from Amazon, and then I've got the Matco one. The Matco one is pretty good. It's got some power to it, but I tell you what, that the JNC is I mean, like I said, even if there's no battery, I can just hook it up and it just, you can just start. And that's probably the biggest problem I've got. If you got a car that's set for a while and you put one of those smaller jump packs on there, and you got to crank it for a little, for like, I don't know, 10 seconds, then it just shuts itself off. We ate next to the Mayflower. Oh, that's cool, Bill. Not been there in years. Um, I lost 70 pounds, Jude. So, I'm doing well. I'm below 170 now. So, thank you, by the way. Last week, Advance was selling the JNC 660 for 110. That's a good price. I think I bought mine, that JNC. I bought that, I would say, a couple months ago, and I bought that for what was it? I think it was $300. But that's a big one. I figure, well, if I'm going to spend the money on a big jump pack, might as well have one that, I can crank diesels with. So if I got to jump start a tractor or anything like that, I've got enough oomph to do that. Yeah, it is. That I agree, Jude. I agree. That is the only downfall. They are big and bulky, but you know, the biggest thing I like about it is I just hook it up, and even if I got to crank a couple times to get the vehicle to start or whatever I'm jumping, it'll do that. And with those, like the Noco or whatever, it resets itself after like 10, 15 seconds, and then you got to get out, push that button again, and sometimes the thermal overload is going off, so then you got to disconnect the whole damn thing, hook it all back up again, push the button again, and then hopefully you get it to fire. I have the small JNC with detachable cables. Yeah, my big one is detachable too, Bill, and I really like that because that's how you change it from 12 to 24. You unplug it, and there's another plug on the other side of the handle for your 24 volt. Yeah, I've got one. I've got one of those too. The Gulu. It's not a bad jump pack, but it's cheaply made, and like I said, the biggest problem I got with it, you got to keep resetting that button, especially if you got to crank a couple times. Yeah, if you got the smaller one, you probably got the 660, Bill. That is an extremely popular jump pack, the 660. Oh wow, that's a good deal. You still have your Cornwall guy, Jude? What was his name again? Roscoe was your snap-on guy. Was it Gabe or something? Your Cornwall guy? I got a hold of my Cornwall guy and got to warranty a couple or one of the wrenches out. I tell you what, I got those snap-ons, extra long, double flax head, reversible, and the $800 set. Yeah, they're expensive, but man, you can put some torque on those suckers. And I was running that Cornwell one, the other day, and man, I think if I would have to guess, I'd probably put half the torque on it as I would do with the Snap-on one, and instantly pop, it started skipping gears. I'm like, you piece of shit. I've had like 3 or 4 companies offer to send me jump backs, but I've okay, yeah. If you feel like it's a good jump back, Jude, just accept it, try it, and do a review on it. Hey, Diabolical, how are you? But the Cornwell one is the same as the Mountain and that all of those. So I was kind of and that was the 916, so it was not even a small one, but it's not the biggest one either. But yeah, I put a little bit of torque on there, man. That sucker started skipping teeth right off the rip, and I'm like, God damn it! And that was my first thought. It's like, man, I've been working the dog shit out of those Snap-on ones, and they have not done that once. So, and I think those Cornwell ones were like, I don't know, $400, but this was the standard set. That can power with using a DeWalt battery sold on Amazon. Yeah. Well, right now I spent my money on, like I said, I got my Mecca one, and then I spent the money on this one, and I'm sticking with it. So I'm not going to spend any more money on jump packs. Gabe moved to Utah. We still talk about once a month. Yeah, Gabe is one of a kind. I agree with you on that one. Well, at least you got another Cornwall guy. My Snap-on dealer still able to get those wrenches. I bought metrics the last time. Yeah, I already talked to my Snap-on guy to see if I might just swap them out. He says we'll see what he can do for me. So, like I said, that was a joke. And like I said, and then everybody said, and they're not cheap. Don't get me wrong; they were $800, but you know, if you put the torque on it and you don't have to worry about busting your knuckles or skipping teeth, you can just rely on that they just stay together. Man, that is on the end of the day priceless. Hey, Jude 2. Hey, Jamie, how are you? Glad you could make it. I hope all is well. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Jamie. What are the crowns next? I have no idea, Jude. There's crowns next to your name? I don't see them on my end. I don't know. I have to look into that. I have no idea what that is, Jude. How's recovery going? Hey, Jamie. There you go, Mark. just doing an AC system tonight. Might bring my 460 in. Yeah. Okay. And actually put it's who comments the most. There you go. Like I said, I don't even see it on my end, and I've got the comments right next to the screen here, and I don't see any crowns or anything like that. I don't know. Jamie, like I said, I'm glad you could make it. Hope all is well. You still hot shotting with your 460, Jamie? I finished the rear end and transmission built this week. It was heart charging. Good. That's pretty cool, that you can actually do some hot shotting with an old truck like that. That's awesome. I was looking into just for shits and gigs, but I was looking into maybe doing a P pump 24 valve and put that in the Fort that I got, but I don't know yet. That's right, Shannon. Otherwise, it wouldn't stay together. Last Saturday was the okay. Well, I just got a new two haul video out, so that's all I got. And then again, my Snap-on guy was out a couple times too, so he his cancer came back, so he's back on treatment. So that means once in a while he won't show up. So and he'll be here every other week. So sometimes there's a gap, but that's all right. I hope he heals up and he's gonna recover. My week was cool. Yeah, I remember that, Jamie. Yeah, the only question I got: do you really get that much? Because that's the biggest reason why you did 24 valve, right? Is to get more flow. Do you really get that much more flow out of your 24 valve versus 12 valve? And does it really give you that much more horsepower if you put a P pump on a 24 valve Cummins? Yeah, it's not a massive tool haul, Jude. Couple pliers, couple extensions, couple lights. I've got that. I saw you had a video out on lights, and I saw you had that new Snap-on pen light. I picked mine up a couple weeks ago too. I think about 3 or 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Love that thing, man. That's a nice light. Uh, Yeah, I hope so too. Well, looks like it's going well for him. So, but yeah, I'm praying for him too. I hope he makes it just fine. He's a good guy. Well, you got to put custom made injectors anyway, because you need to have you need to lower the pop pressure on those injectors, right? Because they're the 12 valves pop is a little lower. The pop for the setting on the pop for the injector is a little lower than on 24. Did you do your conversion yet? Yeah, I already got ARP head studs on mine, so. Well, I already got the 12 valve, so the only thing I need to do is get a block for the 24 valve. Yeah, what horsepower rating was that P pump, Jamie? 160, 180, or what's the biggest one? I think 215 is the big one. Well, what you want to use it for, Jude? If you want to do a lot of evap testing with it, then I would spend a little more money on it. But if it's for like uh, finding vacuum leaks and boost leaks and stuff like that, I would just get yourself a cheap one from Amazon for a couple $100. Yeah, but the red lines are not cheap either, Walter. That was an 180 core. I was going to have it built. Yeah, yeah, because your standard P pump that came out of a pickup truck, they were 160, I believe. Except for the very last P pumps, they were 180. Was the last year, I think. That's where they came in standard as 180. Uses regular mineral oil. Yeah, I just use regular baby oil in mine, and you don't need much. Yeah, I use mine quite a bit. Uh, I really like it for boost leaks. It's really easy to find your boost leaks. So, well, oh, well, I'm not P Diddy, Mark. I don't do that. I don't swing that way. After school or during school, I'm building a 557 stroker. Oh, that's going to be interesting, Jamie. Buff Daddy. That's P Diddy. He's that rapper from what, the 90s, 2000s, early 2000s, I should say. Machine shop can't get to hard parts till November. Oh, really? Wow. That's you got to double the horsepower, Jamie. Well, maybe not quite, but it'll rip. Better make sure you put some traction bars there on your rear end. But I'm trying to remember the one that I got, because I upgraded mine. Um, Smoke machine I'm talking about. I'll send you after the live. I'll send you a picture of it. This is our slow period. Not much going on. New cat. Oh wow, you're gonna go all out, huh, Jamie? I don't know, Jude. It's all right. Yeah, because I had a very cheap one, and there was nothing wrong with it, but I just I used it enough where I felt like I wanted to upgrade to something that was just a little nicer. Yeah, he was here. I don't know where he went. I'm here, he says. I haven't, Jude. Have you? But how, Jamie? But for that 24 valve, or how much bigger? How much bigger injectors would you go if somebody would be serious about that? Because I'm sure you need bigger delivery valves too. Then before Easter. Who had a live stream during the week? Yeah, like I said, I haven't seen him. So, but then again, I don't know. I may just pull this 5.9 Cummins and go through it. Um, Put a better tappet cover on there, and you know, because I had to go in there and replace the push rods and all that kind of stuff. So You kind of feel like I maybe have to go through that engine and spend a little bit of time on that. Would make for a good video though. Oh yeah, they're all over, Mark, and we finally had some rain, so there's puddles of water everywhere, so more frogs. But I'm used to that though. It's what you get when you live in the country, I suppose. Yeah, it's bugs and frogs, Mark. We got all of them here. But anyway, anybody had any interesting jobs that they worked on? I tell you what though, since I changed some push rods out on that 12 valve on my Fummins, she definitely runs a lot smoother and quieter. Do not working on a 7.3 tomorrow. Now it won't start. Holy shit. Also replaced the engine harness with what, Jude? Did he buy a new engine harness? Or did he buy a used one? Nothing interesting, just want out of doing such crap anymore. Oh wow, Dave. Are you burned out? Customer did the work himself. Yeah, because I had that before. You gotta make sure you get them from, if you get the wiring harness, you gotta make sure you get them from the right year. Um, because when it comes to Ford, it's not always great in how you want to say that, maintaining everything on the wiring. It's like on the wiring diagram, the colors are off a lot of times with Fords. You said harness was new from a company in Tennessee. Yeah, but he did the H pop too. So you think you think it was just not building oil pressure? That might be it. Just needs to crank it a little longer. Yeah, make sure you have a jump box with you. Because some of those, I mean, it can take a little bit before you can get enough oil rail pressure. Yeah, Good question, Shannon. Jude, where has Lindsay been? No tools in the hall in 6 months. Yeah, it's bothering me that I can think of what the brand that is that I have for a smoke machine. I, HP reservoir will hold oil, but drains when cranking won't fill up. Uh-oh. Well, sounds like you know what your problem is. That's from Tennessee. Hey, Daniel, how are you? There, glove thing bit him. Oh, he was kind of done with YouTube? Okay. No, it's not a red line, Dave. It's blue. They make more tools. Yeah, but Jamie, he said he changed the H pump and the low pressure pump. So what up, Dave?
Not much. I was just watching some activity down yonder, down in Louisiana. And I watched 101 with my morning community coffee, and even that's all I know about anything else. Do you know anything about that?
Okay.
I saw a guy this morning that did a live stream. That's what he sounded like. I couldn't understand the thing he said. You ever see Waterboy?
Yeah.
You know that guy that
Yeah. He likes to see homos naked. Where he was trying to say, home is where you make it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw a guy talking like that this morning. I was like, wow, they do exist. Other than that, ain't nothing new. What do you mean, finally some rain? You have not been getting rain?
This week we finally had rain. It was dry around here.
Not me, man. We've been getting rain like crazy.
Yeah, because last week when we talked, you were getting rain and we had nothing.
Dude, it rained so much that a cucumber that was like this morning, you can't even see it now on the screen. One cucumber. They grow like 7 inches in one day. Jesus Christ. Now I'm dealing with more bullshit.
No, you said 10 minutes, you're going to Art and Jake.
Yeah, and it's been 2.
No, it's not. It's been more than that.
It's been 2 fucking minutes.
It's been 5.
Okay, I'm not even close to ready, so.
I got time to go pee.
Yes.
That's right, Mark. Dave, your picture is getting more crooked every time you're on.
That's because the wind blows. Well, it probably fell a few times too many. You know, he drink too much. Yeah, that's straighter. The sign that should be crooked. Everybody knows Snap-on fucking tools is crooked. I can't get off. I get rid of all my Snap-on tools. I'm selling everything I own that's Snap-on. If somebody asks me if Snap-on's good, it's fucking junk. Now that Val's become independent, Snap-on's out of my toolbox.
Okay, Dave.
Yeah, I swear to God, you know I had to buy 27 totes from Home Depot the other day to put all my tools from my toolbox in totes and then label what's in each tote. And I rolled the Snap-on toolbox out in the parking lot. I said, "Pre to good home." Somebody picked it up in like 2 minutes. I don't understand why they were so quick on it, but
You're full of shit.
Snap-on is dead to me. It was bad enough when they stopped making their 3-ply toilet paper, but when they got rid of Val Tools, that was deal breaker.
Yeah, that was the drop that made the bucket flow over, huh?
I mean, Val Tools.
That's the straw that broke the
Val
camel's back.
Tools is the only reason I spent $800 on some stupid ratchet dual 80 freaking ratchets. I mean, who else is dumb enough to spend $800 on that ratchet set? And then them for Snap-on to tell me they're on back
I
order.
am.
They're on back order for like the last 7 or 8 months. They're not on back order. You guys are like telling people that to like create like some anxiety issue with technicians. Like, oh, they're on back order. People must really think they're badass. People are buying them left and right. They ain't on back order. Snap-on's got fucking a stack of them. They're telling all the dealers, tell everybody they're on back order, so people think they're popular. That way, when we put them back on the trucks, nobody have any problem paying $800 for them. He's only been on back.
They're worth $800, Dave.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
No. I'll give them $755, but not $800.
Okay, then $755, but they're worth every penny.
I don't know. I could take a penny or two back. I'm telling you though, you watch. People don't want to spend $800 on those ratchets, on those ratcheting wrenches. So every dealer is telling you on the back order right now. Now, once the dealers have them, word on the street is they're on back order. You can't get them; they're on back order. So when the dealers have them, everybody's gonna be a dumb fucking buy them for $850. They'll raise the price $50 once they're off back order.
Yeah, he did, Bill.
My Snap-on guy's mad at me anyway. That's
What?
probably
Because you put your toolbox, you put your Snap-on toolbox at the road?
No, he caught me with his hidden camera in the car. I didn't know he had a hidden camera in his truck. And I'm like, hey, Dave, look over there. What's that over there? Is that a dual 80 or is that a 100-toother? And he looked over and I like stole the pocket screwdriver. And he caught me on video camera and he's like, dude, after like dealing with you for 30 years, you could just ask me for one. You didn't have to steal it from me. I felt about that big. What do you back out for? I said 10 minutes.
How many more minutes do I have to wait?
It's only been 7.
Yeah, I don't know if they're on back order. I've got a set, so I'm not worried about it.
Well, when it comes down to back order, though, their back order shit makes no sense. My dealer explained to me the back order shit makes no sense. He said, what's on back order for like region 4 may not be on back order for region 2, which makes no real fucking sense to me. So like, okay, fulfill region 2 for a while and then place region 4 on back order. And then region 4 is off back order. Region 2 is now on back order. Region 1 is off back order. He said some shit of that nature. I'm like, that makes no damn sense to me. Let's face it, in today's day and age, there can't be that many techs out there that buy that set of ratchets for $800. I mean,
well, like I said, the Cornwells were $400.
Yeah, but
even the cheaper brands, like Gear Range or whatever, they're $280.
Yeah, Matco's version, which is a step up now. They're no longer a complete copy of the original mount wrench. So they do have the selector switch in a different spot. But Matco's are 90 tooth. which they're still not as smooth as a snap-on. So tooth count doesn't matter here. They still feel very much like a mountain wrench. It just there's the forward reverse switch is in a different spot. They're well into the 400. They're like around $500 range. But I mean, you're only talking like the really old guys and the Gen Xers are gonna buy this shit. All the younger kids, oh, I'll go on Amazon and find something.
Well, you can buy it on Amazon all you want, but it's not the same, I tell you.
No, I know. I'm saying, just been my experience. I'm sure Jude sees it in the industry. The younger guys, they're not really that big into. Is it the best? Is it, they don't care about all the things that make it a better result. It's how
You got a
much
link,
it
Jude.
costs. How much did it cost? Today, a 25-year-old buys something that you own that costs you $200, and he finds something and he gets it for $25, and he thinks his is as good as yours. He's so proud of that thing, it ain't funny, even if it's a
Okay.
piece of shit.
We know, Jamie. We know you like your Mac Access ratchets.
I don't like Mac access ratchets. What do you think of that new Mac ratchet? The one that has no stamping or whether it's made in the USA
Yeah,
or
Jude,
not.
go for it.
My Mac dealer says it's made in the USA, but it's got a snap ring now that holds it together. The Mac Access ratchet, the problem I got with it seems it's not as smooth as a Dual 80. It isn't.
Oh, I had one that was a 3/8. It was a nice ratchet, but the head on a Mac Access ratchet is thicker than even on a Snap-on. And I'm like, man, I don't know about that.
Well, I know about. I'm just saying. To me, unless you go Koken, honestly, if you Koken, maybe. What's the other company I'm thinking of?
Icon?
No, it's a Japanese company. Koken and they package their ratchets really fancy in a nice little box. What are they called? Why am I brain farting? I should have one here somewhere. Nipros. Nipros?
Yeah, Nipros, yeah.
Nipros Koken. It's hard to find something smoother than the Dual 80 Snap-on. Mac Access is a nice ratchet. I'm just saying the Dual 80 Snap-on is just so buttery smooth. I don't know what I like it better than their 100 tooth. I mean,
Well, I looked at the
3 minutes up yet?
I don't know why you were.
Well, you said you were gonna go.
oh, Jude, we lost Jude, I guess. He pressed the wrong button.
A second. Give me a minute now that you know.
1 minute.
What was that? What was that Japanese one that you were talking about?
Nipros.
No, the other one.
Koken.
Koken, yeah. I looked at the Koken ones, but I don't know, man. I've got and here's Jamie.
If you're waiting on me, then forget about it. I changed my mind on that.
My biggest problem is with Koken is they don't have enough
Why you-
variety of ratchets.
A second.
I got one Koken ratchet. It's nice. It's a little set. I mean, it comes in foam with like 10 or 8 or 10 sockets and an extension and a little wobble. It's a nice little set. Thanks for the link, by the way.
Yeah, hey, no
Yeah.
problem.
Thanks for forwarding the link.
No problem.
So yeah, I'm out of the sling and I'm actually doing 90% of everything slowly.
You're out of the sling now?
Yeah, it's just my arm is slow. It's gonna take a year to heal though, fully. But yeah, I'm not pulling drivetrains with one arm anymore. or lifting cabs. That wasn't fun.
Oh, that sounds like a blast.
With one arm.
Dude, I do it with one brain, and it's not a very big one.
I was just about to say Jamie's doing that shit with her arm tied behind her back.
Oh no, this arm ain't going behind my back. Not this one. Oh man. Yeah, today is just light work. EVAP heater core, just condenser, hit a bird. It's great.
Yeah, today was easy for me too. I just did all the hoses on a 6.0 heater core hoses, upper lower. I mean everything coolant related, thermostat. Flagged it.
Yesterday I cleaned up all of the area that I was building the transmission. I'll put all the tables away and tools and clean them, and yeah, that was fun.
So you got that ratchet set too then, the Snap-on one, Jude?
Yeah, man, I had the Easy Red, and I liked it. They were great, but then I saw you with yours, man. Those things were just nice. And Roscoe had them on his truck one day, and you know how I am, like son of a gun.
Well, you still see him on the truck?
Yeah, Roscoe had them on his truck. I'm sure he still has them right now.
My dealer has been telling I got the metric set. I don't care about
Easy Red wrench extender.
But my Snap-on dealer, I ask him all the time. I'm like, hey, you ain't got these yet? No.
And it's funny because from what I've heard in the past is that it goes east to west. Like East Coast will get them, then like where you guys are at, then the Rocky Mountains, and then it makes its way out to LA.
My dealer tried to tell me it goes by region when they send orders.
Yeah.
But Roscoe, he had, and I don't think it's because he was saying they were on back order, but I mean he couldn't keep them on the truck. I think he had like
a platinum dealer. My dealer's a platinum dealer too. So I mean, being a platinum,
Roscoe is a platinum dealer.
I know he is too. I know they get some benefits too by being a platinum dealer. They're like in the first come list. They're in the front of the line.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that. That's definitely true.
It's funny because my dealer, he said he could sell all kinds of sets of those if he had them. I'm like, you really have that many idiots that'll buy them for $800? He goes, you're not the only guy that's 50 years old that comes on my truck, Dave. That's what he said.
Hey, you're right.
That many idiots.
I didn't pay full price for them, but
his response is, "You're not the only 50-year-old that comes on my truck."
No, you're right about that though, because so many people are just everything's off Amazon. It's crazy.
Yeah, but you have to admit that is an expensive set of wrenches. You have to appreciate tools to put that money out for it.
I'm very
yeah, you're right.
I'm very iffy on Amazon tools. Really, I haven't really tried it, but maybe I'm like the last of the old school. I don't know. I mean, I am still driving a carbureted vehicle in 2025, so maybe I am a little old school. But
Jamie's like the only mechanic that still got her nut drivers on her top shelf to rebuild. That's what I used to use to rebuild carburetors. You still got your nut drivers in your top shelf, huh?
I mean, long conversation to a yes.
Yeah, I knew it because that's where when I used to work on that. That's the stuff I used to have on the top. That's funny.
And now I'm like, from carbs to EVs and hybrids, and it don't matter. Send it.
I've only ever worked on one Tesla. Yeah, and I don't know if I was working on it. I guess someone got a. It's funny because they got a DUI in a car that'll drive itself. But anyway, that being said, I had to install a breathalyzer thing in there so that way those machines that you got to blow into to show that you're sober before the vehicle will start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to install one of those.
Yeah. And Tesla batteries, rear drive motors. different. A freaking AC system on a hybrid is expensive as crap in parts. Oh my God.
Man, speaking of AC,
A transmission in a Toyota for hybrid is like, it's crazy. Like, wow, people are really like, you have to finance a repair now.
I started the S10 the other day, and I heard a rattling coming from the under the hood. So I turned the AC off so I can listen for it, and then I couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear it, and then I was like, "Oh, maybe I was hearing things." And I put the AC back on, and it comes back, and I'm like, "Oh, that's so much done." You know, my AC compressor that I just bought is probably out of warranty by about 3 months, and now it's making noise, and it's still blowing cool. But I'm like, "Damn, I got to replace that thing before it grenades, and I have to replace everything."
Maybe it's the clutch. Sometimes I've gotten away with just pulling the clutch itself.
Hey, that'd be nice if that's all it was.
Yeah, on those older ones, dude, you should be able just to replace the clutch.
Oh, that'd be great if I can do that.
Yeah, I've done that plenty.
Even a Civic, you can replace the clutch. Some of the newer ones.
Just make sure that when you put the clutch on there, you use the right shims. Make sure there's a little shim pack that goes with that.
And then the filler gauge to check the engage clearance.
Yep. Yeah, because you don't want to have too thin of a shim because then the clutch grabs too easy, and you don't want to have too thick of a shim because then it takes a lot of effort to grab that clutch.
All right, I'll keep that in mind when I'm gonna probably do it this week for sure. I mean, it's getting hot, and I want to keep running that thing.
Yeah, extended warranties are a scam. They really are.
Most of them are a scam, like 99% of them.
Only one locally that warranted a Ranger approved the repair that I know of. I don't know if Sean's gotten any.
I don't know which extended warranty company it was, but this is when I was still at Ford. But I remember the big issue, and our dealership was just backing them up because we were the ones, our service writers were the ones selling, or the salesmen were the ones selling them. So they said that they covered oil coolers, and oil coolers were a common failure on 6.0s.
Yeah.
But then when we would turn them in, they would say, "Oh no, it's not a mechanical failure." So my boss came in. He's like, "What do I tell these guys?" And I said, "Dude, an oil cooler is not a mechanical part. It says that they're covered, but it's a heat exchanger. That's all it is. It's not a mechanical part. So if they're saying they're covered, they can't tell you it has to be mechanical because an oil cooler it's not going to be mechanical." He's like, "Are you sure?"
No moving parts in it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I told him. And he's like, "All right," but they stood by it. So we stopped selling that extended warranty. And I don't know how many my boss stood by, but man, I had a good service manager, or he was a parts and service director. And he was like, "Nah, man, if we sold it, he's like, as long as we were the company that sold them that warranty, so if they come to us, we're going to take care of it." And I'm like, "Damn. All right, well, that's cool. At least I'm not going to get no declines. I'll make some money."
Yeah, I worked on a 2016 Accord with a denied extended warranty claim. It was on the VVT actuator. They wouldn't cover it. And
a VVT actuator? Why wouldn't they cover that?
It's mechanical.
I was going to say that's got to be listed in the parts covered on that thing.
Look, I don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the idiot with the rent.
No. I believe you. I'm just saying, I don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
How can they sell an extended warranty on a Honda product and not cover the VVT actuators? That's just.
This was a third-party extended warranty company, not through.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, man, that's crazy. So
like
crazy.
Yeah, I think that was the one.
Car Shield.
Car Shield, yeah.
That Walter was talking about.
I see a lot of Silver Rock extended warranties.
Hey, what's the one Danica Patrick is trying to pimp on a commercial? She's trying to sell an extended warranty company to people.
I know. I see a lot of Silver Rock. It's not Silver Rock, is it?
I'm not sure. It might be.
I see a lot of Silver Rock warranties come in. These are people buying cars from Enterprise Car Sales.
I'm not allowed in our local Ford service department anymore. But the parts department, they like me, and the techs on the floor like me. But I'm not allowed in the management department anymore. That was an interesting thing.
Want me to open the door?
Now, Ford,
I've not
shoot.
been kicked out of a car dealership yet. I've been kicked out of a tractor dealership before.
Nah, I'm pretty kicked out of Ford.
I was kicked out of one dealership, but it wasn't one I was buying parts from. It was one they asked me not to come back at. They said, "I want to pack up your tools and don't come back anymore."
I was basically I had one of their former customers, and it was an outrageous bill. And I looked at it with disgust. And I went to Ford, and I'm like, all right, how much of the commission of this proceeds that you're going to gain from this poor old lady that's going to pay for your new Power Stroke out there that I see you drive?
And your brand new $80,000 Power Stroke.
I was upset because they quoted her like $3,200 for a rack and pinion steering system, and it was a Ford Escape. It was the very first year of the body turnover. They didn't even put the build code. Usually, I can go up into the Ford the as built sheet, and I can get the build code in for the steering system. But this one, it didn't have it. It was the very first year, and they said, "Well, you need X, Y." You're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to do this. You can't just put a used rack in it. And I'm like, well, you match the parts and the module, but it was a long conversation too. I eventually got it. There was no as built code, so I had to pull out some hex sheets and kind of correlate different numbers into what it would look like to punch it in, right? And then replace the hard coded piece on the old rack to the new used rack, and it worked out fine. And I drove it to Ford, and they looked at me in disgust, said, "Get out."
I'll say that's one thing. Like, I watch Eric O's videos, and he doesn't do it all the time, but I'm sure, in the Rust Belt where you are, Theo, like I said, Eric O, Quick Wrench, I'm sure a lot of used parts are getting put on because it's not worth it to buy a new one for these old rust buckets. It's cheaper to just go find one that you can still use that's in good shape. Out here, unless you're working on your, like, if I was at a salvage yard not too long ago with my buddy. We're helping him work on his vehicle, but you just see people working on their own stuff there usually.
I don't know. I've got one salvage yard that I work with a lot for engines and transmissions.
See, that's what I mean. That's up here it's not quite.
I work with them so much they come deliver that shit.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
So I don't even have to go out and go get it. They just come. They charge me $5 for delivery.
Well, I'm seeing after a car.
Can't beat that.
Right now, I'm seeing after a car has changed hands twice, and then everything is like time and chains, turbos, transmission valve body kits, CDF drums, and the new freaking 10R80 transmissions. And these are out of warranty. They fresh out of warranty. And these repairs are dipping into like 5 digits, some of this, because of what is involved in pulling the whole car apart. some of these people are in like repair fear. It's like they're the third change hand buyers getting priced out of getting a decent sub 10-year-old car just because of the repair. But then a lot of these people are just opting to throw more money than what their car is worth at the repair because they're afraid of the astronomical cost to replace it.
I see more people do that because they still owe money on the car and they can't afford to buy another one.
Or another instance, a certified pre-owned at the time secondhand Hyundai with like challenge credit, and their payments like $1,200 a month on a Hyundai Elantra.
Oh fuck! Excuse my language. Damn, that is just crazy.
At
Who's
20
paying $1,200 a month for a Hyundai Elantra?
I mean, if your credit score is like 500 and you got like 23% interest.
No. I mean, I'm not one to judge, but if your credit score is 500, how the hell are you even making $1,200 a month? Well, you're probably making that, but I mean, where's your rent and the rest of your bills? I mean, most of your income's going to your car.
Just some of this like stuff that I hear in like secondhand and passing of like what people are buying cars for, because I don't keep up with prices and stuff like that because I'm like cheap and I'm an idiot and not practical.
Oh, don't say you're not practical. You should be the envy of people out there. You've got something that's been paid for who knows how long. That the money that you're putting into it isn't because it's breaking down. It's because you've got a addiction to working on your own vehicle, and you like, tinkering and doing this and doing that. So you keep your truck on the road or all your vehicles on the road, and that's an expense you'll never have that $1,200 or $600 or even $300 car payment because you make your repairs, on one scoop and you're done with it.
Right.
I was caught off guard when I had my Cummins, my 21 Cummins, already going to diesel Votech school in 04, coming up in that. I knew what diesel shouldn't have, so I had paper tags and I put it on a diet. I was caught off guard. I knew about the CP4 to CP3. It was a 21. I had a CP3. 21, I can get into the computer. 21, I can program XYZ. I got tunes from places. I didn't like them. I still had my AutoCal, and I wrote it myself because I didn't like the transmission tuning for the 68 RFE. The line pressures were pushing a little too much, and I didn't have a billet channel separator plate on the valve body. I didn't like it, so I toned it down a little bit. Anyway, at 19 and up, they went to hydraulic lifters, and I was not aware of that. 18 and back, I'm used to. Tappets, adjust your valves at like 150,000 miles, yada yada yada. The old Cummins way. That's what I knew of. But thank God my truck was still under warranty, and they honored it after me fighting with it when they said that what I did to it null and voided the warranty, which it didn't, because I had to explain to them how I had them tell me,
Walter.
you proved to me that I had to go down and drop this oil pan down into the lifter galley to touch this just to do this top end work. And yes, I did put arch studs on it. I eventually won. Truck sat. I had the 460, and they couldn't get parts. The 2 lifters dropped. And believe me, it was not because of maintenance. I promise you that. I was the only one that was having this issue. 2 lifters.
Go ahead.
I would say 2 lifters dropped, couldn't get parts, and I let the dealer buy it back. And I just built the accident sitting out there in the driveway. That was like 2 years ago.
But that's what gets me. You're talking about, you studied your truck, so you take it in, they see that, and they're like, "Oh, you voided the warranty." You know what? The Ford had an issue with that. People would stud their 6.0s, and to prevent head gasket failure, Ford would say, "Oh, you those are aftermarket parts. You're voiding your warranty." And I'm like, man, they're saving you money. They did this themselves. They're saving you money. Their head gaskets are not going to fail. That's a job we're not going to have to do. And you're saying that you're voiding their warranty? To me, that's chicken shit, man. That's just steer manure, actually, because that's not something that's going to cause any kind of drivability issues. It's
Or the EGR delete, the DPF delete, the tune in the
well,
computer, which was
I'm in California. I can't say anything about the EGR delete.
Right.
I can't say anything about that. I'm going to pretend I don't even know what that means.
Well, I was in Texas. I drove it all around. I mean, even Theo saw it.
Yep.
I brought it's my new truck, and it's paper tags, and it's already got dieted. Yeah, the only thing I didn't like was the tunes that I got. And I'm like, all right, I know what I did to my Jeep. I know how to log. I know how to map. I know how to. I just did not like the data of the trans tune, so I redid it because I was gonna put a new valve body, billet channel, separator plate, try to save the 68 RFE longer. The tune wasn't even anything crazy, but yeah, that's history. I learned a lot. I was caught off guard by a design flaw that I didn't like. That's it. I wouldn't say it was an expensive mistake, but I mean, I definitely got my money. I didn't lose anything by the dealer buying it back under warranty.
Well, that's just where you got lucky, Jamie. Otherwise, it would have been an expensive mistake.
When you say dealer bought it back, you mean it got lemon lawed, or is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that.
Oh, well, you did. Feels right. Then you did get lucky, because I've seen vehicles get lemon lawed, and man, it's a struggle. They smile and tell you everything you want to hear to get you to buy the truck, but when it's having issues, that are not reasonable anymore, and at that point they need to take care of it, they fight you tooth and nail to, oh no, it's this or it's that, or we let us try this or let us try that. They want to take your money, but they don't want to make it right, when their products fail. And that's all manufacturers, not just.
Yeah, they were not prepared for this girl.
Well, and a lot of those dealerships
not prepared for me.
A lot of those dealerships also pull some shady shit.
They were not prepared for me. But everything went well with a long conversation to a yes. Kind of broke even. Truck was about half paid off already, so. But that's no more. I'm driving an old carbureted crap.
How long did you have that truck?
Not that long.
No, I got it in November. Saw Theo in January, February. And I had just literally a week before seeing Theo, deleted it. Oh God, why am I talking about this? I'm incriminating myself. Well, I'm not a cop anymore, so I'm good. I'm retired.
Come on, spies are always spies.
Oh man.
You haven't heard that in a long time, huh? You're a spy, Jamie. I know it.
No, but I think I had it less than a year.
I think I even joking around when we went out to dinner, I told my wife you were a spy, didn't I?
Yeah,
Less than a year and a half paid off, man. You were putting money into it. That's the way you see.
I was
That's
not. I was out. Yeah, to your defense, I was not given a good impression in person about it. If you calculate certain things, it looks really weird. Not the fact that I was running around the world to build up my craft, to build up my Jeep, to do this stuff, to pay all this, like to fund my adventures in automotive while still living cheap. It looked like I was. It looked really different. I mean, I was just right over the Rio Grande River when I was on live stream with Jude once over right in the border of Mexico in February. But it didn't look good with where I was. Some of these live streams I came up on to when I start early on. It
I
definitely
remember.
good.
I did. I
Like
definitely
rebuilding an
remember.
engine in your kitchen.
Oh man, one of my greatest live streams ever. Or when she was busting the tire too. Remember that one?
Yeah.
I torqued all those bolts by hand because there's real bead locks that were going on my Jeep, and I just like the hand feel when I'm rolling around the road because I driving on the road, which is in Texas. I'm in Alabama. Yeah, shop in Texas, shop here, kind of like nomad style.
Do you still have your place in Texas?
Oh yeah, yep. I haven't been back in a while because I'm still kind of recovering. I'm going back to Texas in the fall because I'm going to school. I'll be back here in the winter. This place is going to have heat this winter. I am not the old shop. I saw it at like 36 degrees because I had neighboring shops. This shop, I saw it down into 22 when we had a 5-degree freeze, and I'm like, oh no, no. Like, and I'm working in here, and I'm like, I'm like so bundled up, I can't move.
Man, I'm such a sissy. 55 degrees and I'm bundled up, and you guys were you? I couldn't imagine.
45 is still comfortable working. 40 gets a little nippy, and I'm starting to like wear heavier stuff. Once you dip down below that, I'm like, I'm bundled up and working, but I can't really move like I need to in certain spaces.
Frosty said it once best, man, and I've stole it from him many a times. But Frosty said it best. He said, "We're spoiled Californians." And I got the heater on when it gets in the low 60s, and I've got the AC on when it gets in the low 90s. It's spoiled ass Californian.
I have 2 DeWalt diesel turbo heaters
Nice.
That's how I survived like the following days. Because I was like,
Yeah, in the winter, I keep the shop around 50, 55. That's it.
I mean, but man, it actually hit triple digits here, and the humidity was overnight. It was like 91%, and I'm like, yeah, it's like breathing in hot chicken broth.
Yeah, better make sure you put some insulation in there first, Jamie.
Oh yeah, and then next summer is going to be AC. This winter is going to be heat. Doing 2 natural gas heaters on opposing ends. Already got the gas ran. Let me get some work done so I don't have to like finance or like I don't like loans. I'll just bust my ass along with Sean so we can just do it.
Dude, that's the way to do it, though. Then you're not in debt over your head. Theo's that way. If I remember correctly, Theo, you don't buy something unless you can lay down some $100 bills, right?
paid for, otherwise won't do it.
Yes.
But
Yep. But a lot of times means, that means you don't get, you don't drive new shit. You don't own new shit. It's always, older used stuff, but, who cares?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, man. I mean, we're not teenagers trying to pick up girls. Anywhere. Doesn't matter
Right.
what we drive.
I'm
We
just
just need something reliable that's gonna help us support our families.
I'm just like reset my life after this because I wasn't planning on making it out of surgery with the chance that I had. So I'm in like a life reset phase, and I still have 2 years for my security clearance, so I'd go off to school before it lapses, before I jump back into something where I need it. But I don't know. The work has not been bad.
Well, just from what I can see, I mean, your shop's pretty big. It's pretty nice, and you
This-
gave
this was
gave
an
a tour one on my live stream.
I didn't do this alone. This was an accident. All this was an accident. If you remember last time when I was in Texas and I got involved with that guy,
Mm-hmm.
that was a disaster.
Yep. That was some bad news back then.
Yeah. I'm at now that I'm retired, I'm actually going after him legally for what he did.
Oh, good for you.
Yep, because of the statute of limitations. Yep. I got my revenge once, kinda. But nah, I know it needs to happen. I'm not going to get into it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to go to school, do this, work on my stuff. Once this medical prison's done.
Hey, Jamie, Mark's asking you if that's a bead blaster behind you.
What are you talking about? Hold on. Behind me, like where?
To your left.
My left. No, it's not a bead blaster. That's a Cobalt top shelf thing. No, I don't have I technically have a bead blaster, but that's in Pennsylvania. In my garage was my first vehicle when I was a kid. But
How are the kiddos doing?
old jobs. I haven't been up there, which is I feel bad because of the medical situation. I have appointments. I have like 4 appointments a week, but I need it. I need to go on the Tour de la Jamie's spread out life between states tour. I want my feet fixed so I can fly again. I would like to fly. I would like flying an airplane again. Be a great tax write-off. Privatize air travel.
You got to set up a little GoPro and
I got this.
talk to yourself while you're flying and put a video up of everyone would love to see you flying a plane.
Oh yeah.
I had to shift my mentality into the whole business mentality because I'm like, oh, broken thing, go fix it. Problem, go solve it. I had to change my mentality a little bit, especially when the Euros started populating in. But between my job and this, I was working like 2 a.m. and not even phased. But surgery kind of took me down. But I'm retired from the Army, thank God. Well, I wouldn't say thank God. But.
Yeah, yours is one thing I won't touch. I can tell you that much.
I never expected it, but I ended up with all these specialty tools for it. I never expected to work on a Euro or a Mercedes AMG 63 twin turbo V8 all-wheel drive.
And the closest thing I have to a set of specialty tools for Euro trash is probably a set of triple squares, but that's about it.
Triple squares, injector puller, cam.
I worked on a couple Land Rovers, and after that last one with that Land Rover, that was it.
Cam kits, crank blocks. Yeah.
There's a local burger stand here that we've been going to since we moved to the city I live in, and the owner always has posters from the high school of kids he sponsors, and I would always tell him, "Hey, if my kid ever plays, you're gonna sponsor him." He'd always tell me, "Yeah." And I've been going there for 15 years now. My son will be 15 in September, and we moved out here before he turned 1. And now my son, I don't know if I told everyone, my son made the freshman basketball team at his high school, so that's pretty cool. And he hit me up the other day. He's like, when he saw my son, we walked in there. He's like, "Your son playing basketball?" I said, "Yeah, he made the team." He said, "Bring me the paperwork. I'm going to sponsor him." But anyways, that being said, that guy, he asked me the other day, he's like, "You work on Porsches?" And I was like, "I'm up for who?" He's like, "For me." And I'm like, "Oh God, for you? Yeah, I will for you. But if you know other people, man, no, I don't." So he said he's going to hit me up. I don't even know what he's got going on with it, but he said he was having some issues with his Porsche.
If I was gonna own one exotic car of my choosing, it would be an Audi R8. That is one car that I'm comfortable and confident that I can navigate around mechanically. But
Nope.
I'll never have an exotic
I stick to my American stuff. Fuck that Asian or that Euro stuff. Asian stuff, yeah, or no problem. like Subaru or shit like that. I'll work on that. But
head gaskets,
no.
Head gaskets, Subaru, ick.
Yep.
I used to think for a long time that a Subaru was European, and then someone was telling me they're Japanese. I'm like, Subaru? And they're like, yeah, Subaru. I said, and I didn't know, and I was just like tripping out. So then I thought to myself, I said, well, how would a samurai say it? And I'm like, Subaru. I said, oh, I guess it is Japanese. It doesn't make sense.
Hey, I seen
Hey,
I seen a transmission that went out in a Ridgeline. I seen a transmission that went out in a Ridgeline. Good.
Honda ain't too bad. I've done a couple Honda head gasket jobs. They're pretty easy.
You said Hyundai?
Honda. Which line?
Was it the Theta engine? The 2.4?
Yeah, I think it was.
Hold on, there's people that flirt with me with their junk that drive up and down here, and they like to let themselves know. And I have the doors open. They drive. There's this one guy with an IDI that especially does it.
An IDI?
Oh yeah.
Nice. Well, like a 1990, 91, something like that.
It's a 90. It's got a different cab.
Mark Olson, SNL Samurai Mechanic.
I mean, I helped him turn the screw up on his pump. So.
And I haven't worked on an IDI in years. Someone on YouTube has one that picks my brain every now and then during live streams. I can't remember who it is.
It's probably zip ties and bias plies because he destroys IDIs for a living. Tries to. IDI's okay. They're all okay. 7.3 Power Strokes, the king of the Fords. 7.3 Power Stroke with 180/30 hybrids, KC Stage 2 turbo, and a 17-degree CNCH pop with a higher voltage injector driver module.
Yeah, that's all the bells and whistles right there.
There you go.
The oversized injectors.
Yep, 180/30 hybrids.
Yep.
Wouldn't go no more. Bottom
You know
end.
what's funny?
You'll get modern torque.
In California, I can order those injectors, but I can't order the Hydra tune so that they don't cackle. Really pissed off one of my customers, and I kind of pissed me off too because I explained that to him, and I told him it was gonna run almost at idle. It would almost feel like it had a slight miss, and he said, "Well, we'll deal with that when it happens." And he didn't like it. It was his wife's truck. His wife didn't like it, and he wanted to just send those in as cores and get new injectors. And I was like, damn. So I just ordered a set of cores on eBay and said when you buy new injectors, because I wasn't going to send that brand new set of aftermarket injectors, as cores. And then I just made some of my money back, my labor back, because I put them back in for him for free because I didn't want him to be pissed off. So when I sold the injectors, that was just my labor. It was kind of a ordeal, though.
Or take two identical computers, start doing surface mount desoldering the logic chips and hard onto the computer. That's a whole different entity. I was thinking about investing in
this
ABS pump. I'm going to be doing desoldering.
Yeah, that's not my specialty right there. I was actually thinking about investing in a bunch of factory scan tools and
like the Rotunda,
doing the mobile programming.
Like the Rotunda.
Yeah, the Ford one it's the IDS or I forget what the new one's called. But yeah, I just do some mobile programming. And I know at the shops that I've worked at, whenever we need to get something programmed, if we didn't have factory programming, we'd call someone in and he'd be there for 20 minutes, and make $200. I'm sure that guy was hitting 3, 4, 5 shops a day.
Yeah. The computers,
I know he spent a lot of money on his equipment. I know, factory scan tools are not cheap, and especially keeping them updated isn't cheap.
No.
Shoot, Snap-on cheap. I just paid for my update. It was like about $1,000, 900 something bucks.
The high end Altels, the manufacturers have been pretty good at
Anthony.
Have been really good at it, keeping the updates. I mean, you pay for it like $700 for this.
Man, I must work on some old fucking junk compared to what you guys work on. I didn't expect. I upgraded my scanner to a Snap-on. What's that? Solus Edge. Yeah, which is an old one. That was already an update for me.
Yeah, I used to have a D8. That was pretty good. The Apollo D8, but that was another thing that was stolen.
An Apollo is newer than what I got now.
The two Altels that I have are pretty good. The next upgrade is gonna do is when I get the ADAS calibration lasers. That's the next thing that's happening. ADAS calibration.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'd rather do the heavy line stuff. I like working on engines and transmissions.
Then you can come drop a 1-ton battery pack out of a Model Y with a front and rear drive motor.
No, because I am not an electrician.
Yeah, that does not sound fun.
It's a different kind of heavy line.
I am not an electrician, so don't call me.
I see those bright orange wires or cables, and I'm like, man, I really don't want to mess with them.
Yeah, then you gotta
I've been zapped once
to pull the disconnect for the high voltage system. It's freaking gnarly. Oh,
do you own all the protective gear?
I have some from my previous job, like the gloves, the boots, the stuff that I'm not going to talk about what I did.
But the gloves and boots and the aprons and all that, they have a shelf life, right? It's not like they're forever. They're only good for a couple
Yeah.
years, and you got to reinvest, right?
Well,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The gloves, the big ones, gloves. Yes, I'm very. I respect electricity enough that EV or hybrid, I'm like,
I used to hot wire
Sean,
110
you're
and
gonna be here
220
when
all
I
the
do this.
I used to
Just
hot
in
wire
case.
110 and 220 all the time, and then once I got 480 got my ass, and I was done, man. I've got a lot of respect for electricity after that. Burnt the shit out of my fingers.
I had a lot of respect for electricity in Thailand. I'm gonna leave it at that on why I was there for a job. I have a lot of respect for electricity. When I walk into a shack, and it's humid as hell, and all the hot bus mains are in this humid shack, and it's covered with a piece of plywood, I got mad respect. Or when I'm in a, never mind. Should I say that?
So how do you check your gloves for leaks, Anthony? You pour water in them on the inside or something?
Probably put air in them.
Nope. Just throw the rubber over a hot main. Take a non-contact tip, stick it in there. If it beeps, no good. That's the. You didn't hear that from me. I don't recommend it.
No, and no.
Like I said, I don't recommend it. I preface.
Yeah.
I don't recommend half the crap that I had to do. Or you just do the one hand roll. Don't cross. Don't ground yourself out, one hand roll. Because I had to live power tap into something for an activity I was doing. I had to live power tap into a hot junction to do something, and it was not fun. One hand roll. I'm not going to say what I was doing. Not here. Because I'm still bound by certain agreements.
Statute of limitations hasn't left on that yet, huh?
What?
I said your agreements, the statute of limitations hasn't ended on that yet, huh?
No.
I'm sure some of that stuff will never end.
The last activity I worked on, it was at the pinnacle, at the height, everything. I wanted to take the program, and I still get calls, and I still go back to my old place of work to help guide into solving certain problem sets that I've worked on for a decade. Like counter drone technology.
Damn.
But that's it.
Counter drone
I
technology.
was out in your area about was it January, February? I was out in California in your area.
Oh, were you?
And I was out at Goldstone with NASA.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey man, my phone just hit 3%, guys. It hit 5% like a minute ago, and all of a sudden it's at 3. So I'm
Yep.
fading quick.
Well, we're right at the 2-hour mark anyway, so might as well call it a night.
All right. Well, I appreciate the link, man.
Yeah,
Theo,
thanks.
great talking with you, Jamie. You as well. And if I could just say something real quick, man, everyone take a look at Theo, man. I know we're all getting older. You know, none of us are spring chickens anymore. Man, 70 pounds down. Jehu, he's like 40 pounds down, man. If these guys can do it, you know, we can change our health and be around a lot longer for our families too, man. We got to use them as look at that. Look at that. That's inspiration right there.
I ain't got no gut left.
That's inspiration right there, man. Congratulations, man. I'm proud of you, man. Now I got to just get me and the rest of the gang to do it. Get me and Ed and all these guys to do it too.
Yeah, I feel better. It's easy to move around. I sleep better. Everything. Everything is better.
Bet you. I don't know if you were on any meds, but if you were, you're probably off of them.
No, I never been on meds, but and like the diet that I'm on is a really easy diet. It's a carnivore diet, so all you eat is meat and chicken and eggs and dairy, and that's it.
Is it keto?
No, it's called carnivore diet.
Oh, so you're just eating meat and not even vegetable, anything, just meat, eggs, cheese, huh? Stuff like that.
Yep. That's it. So.
Well, it was great being on, you guys. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday. I got one more Miller Lite to enjoy, and then I got a table full of tools I got to put away.
Fun.
Yep. Good night, guys.
Thanks for
everyone.
Thanks for the link. Like,
thank you for coming on, Jude.
I was kind of close.
Thank you, Theo.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I interrupt a lot.
It's all right, Jimmy.
I'm gonna try, Mark. I'm gonna try.
I was kind of close to you, like last weekend ish. But yeah, thanks for the link. I'll have to make it back up there when I find something in Cincinnati.
You're always welcome, Jamie. You know that.
We all got to find like a central spot, man. Somewhere, I don't know, right in the middle of everyone, where everyone drives the same amount of miles or flies the same whatever, and just have a little, or even if we all pick someone's place and just have a meetup, hang out, and even if it's just for the day or for a few hours, you know, have a.
Or when my body's fixed, I'll make my national rounds again when my body is healthier and I have a better chance at making it, not ended up in the hospital time and time again.
Well, I hope that's soon.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, well, like Doug said, everyone have a great week, man. Take care. I'm going to be out of here. Good night, guys.
Bye, Jude.
Take care.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. Really appreciate it. And hope everybody had a good week. Hope everybody's going to have a good hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope everybody's going to have a good week. And we're going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.